What's going on, everybody? My name is 100 Points, and welcome to the 100 Pointers channel. Man, I'm very excited to start this channel. I'm a big basketball fan. I love NBA hoops, and really, I just been wanting to talk about ball for a minute, and no better place than to talk about it on YouTube with you people. So, for everyone who watches this video, whether it's 1 view or 1,000 views, very grateful just to have someone look at this video and talk ball with, man. This channel is just to talk basketball, so I hope you guys enjoy it. But the Eastern Conference has a problem right now, man. Who is the best team in the East? Like, truly. When we go look at the standings right here, you got the Pistons at 1, the Knicks at 2, Raptors 3, Magic 4, Celtics 5, Heat 6, 76ers 7, Cavaliers 8, 9 Hawks, 10 Bucks. I will include my Bulls too at 11. They could sneak in maybe, but honestly, who is the best team out of this group? The Pistons. Hey, star guard with Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is a perfect guard to lead a team. Big guard, around 6'6", maybe even 6'7", and he's just a stud, man. Like, I honestly kind of put him in the same area of play style as a Shea. Obviously less footwork, not SGA by any means. I'm just saying more like a tier 2 version of SGA. But Cade Cunningham, man, what a dog he is. And then you have new additions other than last year. So you have like Duncan Robinson, great three-point shooter. But we all know that Duncan Robinson isn't really bringing too much on the defensive end of the basketball. You have Jalen Duren, who has turned into baby Shaq, man. But, with Jalen Duren, I love what he's doing. He's taking another step. When it comes down to the playoffs and these teams are making adjustments around him, around Cade, how is Jalen Duren going to perform? I'm not doubting Duren by any means. I really love what I'm seeing, but I just need to see if he's ready for that next step. I don't know who's going to be the AC when all of this is said and done, because it most definitely won't be those Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm telling you guys right now, but I'm just curious to see who they have to play first. I definitely think that Detroit is getting out of the first round. The second round, it'll be a little trickier, but I'm just curious to see. But I just don't believe in the Pistons being the best team in the East. Now let's move on to the Knicks. The Knicks, I really like the Knicks, man. The Knicks, new coach and Mike Brown, new offensive scheme, new players, deeper bench. I really like what the Knicks have going on. And if you go player for player, you got Brunson, you got Hart, you got Bridges, Anunoby when he's healthy. You have Karl-Anthony Towns. You now have the addition of Clarkson off the bench. You got Deuce McBride. You have Mitchell Robinson. All of these guys who, to me, I feel like they're a more well put together roster. Like, I feel like I could trust the Knicks players over some of the Pistons players. Like, Tobias Harris, obviously a solid veteran. You got some guys, Jaden Ivey coming back from injury. Denise Jenkins, who is also a surprise for the Pistons, but I just don't know if I can see them being the better team than the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks, you look at it, 2.5 games back, that can obviously change. I think it will. I think that the New York Knicks will be the best team record-wise in the East when all of this is said and done, and I hope I don't eat my words, but I really like what the Knicks have going on right now, and I feel like the Knicks are the most put-together team to compete in the playoffs with any of these teams, especially after watching them last year with a different offensive structure that I did not like. I did not like the idea of just Brunson going ISO or pick and roll every time and then, giving Cat his touches and then everybody else just get in where they fit in. I really like what they're doing this season. So I could definitely see the Knicks being the best. Now, the Toronto Raptors. I was watching a lot of the Raptors when the season first started because I was very curious to see how that roster would mesh. I love the pickup of Brandon Ingram. I said they need another wing player who can go get a bucket. That should not be the role of Scotty Barnes, and I really like that they put it in B.I.'s hands to really, score the ball, facilitate, do other things, put him alongside a lot of those wings. You still got Emmanuel Quickly over there. You still got Pirtle over there. You still have R.J. Barrett. You got some young guys coming off the bench. I love that they're number 3, but obviously not the best team in the East, man. I just don't believe in them being the best, but they're trending in the right direction from the recent couple of years, and I really like this Raptors team. I do think that they can cause some problems in the playoffs for a team. I just don't know how far they'll get because of the new roster, but I'm going to continue to watch them. The Magic. We covering the Magic, right? And I have been saying this about Orlando for years. They don't have enough shooting. I love the pickup of Desmond Bane, some of the rookies or younger players that they have drafted. I kind of like the picks. Tristan da Silva He's shooting the best on Orlando. And matter of fact, I can pull it up right now. I just want to address what I really truly think Orlando's problem is. So when we look at their roster, you know, my guy Franz, man, I'm a real big Franz guy. Franz playing well. Paolo, he's having a confusing season right now. I would have thought that Paolo was going to come out here this year, even with the addition of Bane. I thought Paolo would be more of like a 27-point per game scorer. He's scoring 20 points a game, 8.5 rebounds, basically 4 assists a game. And I just thought that he would have a little more of a jump than that, especially after seeing him last season when it ended in Boston. And, you know, he was just dominating the whole playoff series. I'm like, man, he just needs some shooters around him. So they went and got Bane. Bane had a very slow start to the season, but he's picked it up as of late. I still love that Desmond Bane addition. But I'm going to get to where the problem for the Magic is for me. And the problem for the Magic for me, and we're going to scroll down, this right here, 3-point shooters, 3-point percentage, bro. I do not think the Orlando Magic have enough shooting to keep up with any elite team in the NBA when it comes to the playoffs. You know, everything is cool and fine in the regular season, but in the playoffs, teams defend them differently, and they will literally die by letting them shoot threes. Your best shooter by percentage on this Orlando team is Wendell Carter Jr. Like, what is that, man? Like, Wendell, 41%. He only takes around 2, maybe 3 threes a game. You can see 2.7 attempted. But, bro, Wendell, your best shooter from percentage. I love that Franz has increased his 3-point percentage to 35%. I mean, obviously, Paolo's still struggling with 26% shooting. You got Desmond Bane. He's a great shooter, do not get me wrong, but he's only shooting 32% this year. Jalen Suggs, 34%, which is decent around league average. But you got young guys, Tristan Da Silva, 38.5%. I like Tristan. But, man, guys like Anthony Black, 32%. Man, these are low 30s. Who are they going to beat when it comes to the playoffs, man? Like, you know, and I hate to do it like this because, you know, this is only, 23 games in. But when you look at it, if they had to play someone right now, it would literally be the Celtics. And the Celtics always give them problems. And I just don't know if I believe in the Magic until they continue to add shooting. And I need Paolo to take that leap of where I thought he was going to be at to where he's averaging about 27 points per game, 28 points per game, and really leading this Magic team. So I'm not sure about the Magic, bro. And I don't think that they're going to, like, they could potentially do something in the playoffs depending on their matchup. But, man, they went against the Celtics. And I know, obviously, this was a different Celtics team from before with the loaded roster. But they still play the Magic very, very tough. And they know how to beat the Magic with their game plan. So that's interesting. And now I'm about to get on the Celtics here. The Celtics, I really like what they're doing without JT. The Celtics, 14-9. They started off the season 0-3. Everybody was like, oh, throw the season away, this, that, the third. But, you know, they're not going to go for that. Obviously, Jaylen Brown taking a leap this year, man. JB averaging around 29 points per game. One of the lead mid-range scorers in the league. And he's just doing all that he can. But there are players on that Celtics team that are keeping them alive right now. Players like Jordan Walsh, who I'm very high on. I was high when they drafted him. I knew that he was a sleeper coming out of Arkansas, and Jordan Walsh has just really, really been that guy. I watched him play Jalen Brunson the other day, and man, when I tell you that defense was elite, he couldn't get past Walsh. Walsh has been playing really well. He's really efficient from the field, too. I like him. I like Minot. Minot has just been playing pretty good. I'm glad that he's finally getting a chance in the league. Minnesota had him buried in the bench and on 2 ways and whatever they were doing, which I have no idea why. I feel like Minnesota just needs help anywhere at this point. But I really love that Boston is giving their young guys a chance. Hugo Gonzalez, another young guy, a rookie, and, you know, 6'6" guard, plays really hard on the defensive end of the basketball and really hustles. Kata has been stepping up as the big man for them. And, you know, when JT gets back, man, if JT comes back by the end of this season, watch out, man. Boston could still be a team to be reckoned with. So I really like Boston, but we're going to talk about a team here that I think that is a sleeper in the East, and it is the Miami Heat. I never count the Heat out because of their winning culture, but Miami has a different offense this year, way less P&R, man. They're having different movements in offense and really just seeing success from that. You also have Norman Powell. Norman Powell, man. Big addition to the Miami Heat. And matter of fact, I'm just going to go and I'm just going to look up Norman right now and just see how he's been fitting in. And let's go to Norman's numbers right now. Bro, this is ridiculous, man. Look at this. 25 points a game on 50% shooting. This is Norman Powell basketball, guys. This is what he does. When he went to Miami, I said, oh, Miami got one. The Clippers wish they could have signed him back, man. Wish they could have. This is a guy who knows how to play good basketball, is an offensive weapon. I love Norman Powell. You mix Norman Powell with Tyler Hero, who's now back in the lineup, and he's been playing well. You got off night Davion Mitchell. You have Bam. You have Kel'el Ware, who has stepped up his game. You also have pieces like Larson, who plays hard on the defensive end. I really like what Miami's doing over there. Obviously, Eric Spoelstra, a champion coach. He knows what to do. And I think that Miami is a real sleeper when it comes down to playoff spots and just playing in the playoffs. I really think that Miami is going to be a tough team to beat for whoever they go against. They're never easy to take down. And with these new additions that Miami has, I really just think that this team can be an issue in the playoffs. So we get back to the standings and we talk about Philly. I feel like the 76ers are finding out their identity still. Passing the torch to Maxey, which Embiid pretty much has done, speaks volumes to me because now it's like Embiid's body definitely isn't where it used to be. And man, oh man, how crazy the 76ers would be now if he was still the 30-point per game scorer that he once was, but that is no longer the case. You have an aging Paul George who's coming back, still trying to figure out how to fit in with that Philly lineup. And, you know, you got some young guys, VJ Edgecombe. You still have Kelly Oubre as well. You got some pieces. I like Adem Bona, really good defensive player. And, you know, just figuring out Philly, man. Like Philly, I feel like they don't know their true identity yet. I do appreciate Tyrese Maxey, though. Tyrese Maxey has took his game to a whole nother level. He is looking like a star. Averaging around 34 points a game, man. Tyrese Maxey is just that guy. He knows how to score. He knows how to step up in big moments. He doesn't get picked on. I just really like Maxey, man. Really big on him. I just think that this Philly team could be really good in years to come as long as they keep trying to develop their young talent. But for now, with a 60% Joel Embiid from what I've been seeing and a aging Paul George, I just really don't know what this team's direction is. So I can't just say that they're going to make noise in the playoffs. And this gets me to my 8 seed, the Cavaliers. Now, the Cavaliers are not a true number 8 seed team. They have been struck with the injury bug since the season has started. As you guys know, Darius Garland was still recovering from his injury. DeAndre Hunter was recovering from an injury. He's been in and out the lineup. You have Max Strus, who hasn't even touched the court yet, still recovering from his injury. So you got Donovan Mitchell, you have Mobley, you have Allen. Jaden Tyson has stepped in. He's been playing pretty well just to fill in. You know, they lost to Coro in the offseason to the Bulls. Not that that mattered much, but just some changes around there. And the Cavaliers still trying to figure it out. Now, one thing about the Cavaliers that, you know, I just thought was going to happen this season, it's not too late, but I kind of have an idea of what kind of season he's going to have. Evan Mobley, man. I thought Evan Mobley was going to take his game to, you know, maybe a 24 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks type of player, and he's still sitting at the 19-9 mark. So I just think that's what we're going to get with Evan Mobley. And not saying that that's bad or he's a bad player or anything like that, but just after last season, after seeing how he was playing, how he developed, you know, winning the Defensive Player of the Year as well, like I just don't know if Mobley's going to take it any higher. I think this is the type of player that he is and that he's going to get. Is that bad? No, but I just thought I could expect to see a little more, and I didn't. We already know that Donovan Mitchell is going to kill. He's going to get his 30 points. He's going to do what he has to do to keep the Cavaliers afloat. They got their point guard back in Garland, so, you know, I'm excited to see the Cavs at full strength when they get there. Sam Merrill, he's been fighting injuries as well, but I just really think that the Cavaliers will have a streak to where they're just winning like a whole bunch of games where everyone comes back and they find their way from the 8 seed to maybe the 3 seed. Could potentially get to the 2nd seed. I expect them to go on a mean win streak towards maybe the middle of the season. So that's that with them. And the Atlanta Hawks, man. Now, I stay in Atlanta. I get Atlanta updates all the time. The Hawks are one of the most intriguing teams in the league right now. And the reason why I say that is because they have a situation going on with Trae Young. He's hurt right now. Jalen Johnson obviously has turned up a notch, and he's going to be an all-star this year. You know, as long as he stays injury-free, that's pretty much a lock. Might even make an all-NBA team the way he's playing. And it's just crazy. Now, with the Hawks, the thing that we have to focus on, how are they going to play when Trae Young comes back? We already know that the Hawks' defensive efficiency, it drops, literally. When Trae Young is in the lineup, it drops. The points per game average increases when Trae Young comes back by 10 points. That can't happen in the playoffs when you literally need defense every single game for potentially 7 games. Trae Young is an excellent playmaker. He's an offensive wizard. I need him to turn his efficiency up, though. He's been shooting like, you know, lately, but I just think that if he can go back to the 2020, 2021 Trae Young, to where he was killing in the playoffs and, you know, he had the floater going automatically. He had the lobs going easy. He was making everything so easy for his teammates, and his teammates could play with the same swag. I think that the Hawks can be great. They have great pieces right now. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's averaging 20 points this season, bro. 20 points this season on 46% shooting. I really love that addition. Can we get Kristaps in the mix as well? Like, how many games is he going to play? Is he going to be healthy during the playoffs? They've been sitting him and doing whatever they're doing with him. And Onyeka Okongwu, man, shout out to Onyeka Okongwu. Let's actually look up Onyeka's numbers right now. I really love what I've been seeing from Okongwu. He's just been killing, man. Let's look it up right now. 15.8 points a game, pretty much 16, 7 boards, 3 assists, 50% shooting. Let's talk about his three-point percentage at 36%, almost 37%. He has turned his game around. I really love what I'm seeing from OO. And they just have a lot of pieces over there. Dyson Daniels, Zachary Ricochet. I'm looking to see a little bit more from Ricochet as well. But I just love what I'm seeing from all of the Hawks wings, all of the players, and I just need to see it mesh well when Trae Young returns. That is the biggest question for them. And, you know, with all of that lingering around them, I just don't know how far they're going to go. But the Hawks have all the talent to make a playoff run if they can put all the pieces together. That's how I feel about them. And the last team I'm going to cover here is the Bucks. The Bucks obviously have a main concern, which is Giannis. Where is Giannis going to go? They already been active in trade talks. I've been hearing things about Giannis wanting to go to the Knicks. You know, they have Ryan Rollins, who's been the bright spot for this season, but pretty much for this season, that's the only bright spot for the Bucks, sitting at 10-14. Man, in the last 10 games, 2-8. 2-8 in their last 10, man. That's just not good. Giannis has been hurt. He just got hurt the other day with a calf strain. Thank you, Lord, that he didn't tear his Achilles. That just would have crushed me. But I really just don't see anything special for the Bucks, man. I mean, Giannis might get traded this season, so there's really not much to talk about. If Giannis gets traded, man, the Bucks are going to the bottom of the East. They're going to be down there with the Hornets and the Nets and the Pacers. There's just not much to really see. Now, the only good thing about it, you trade Giannis, you're going to get a whole lot of pieces back. Picks, players, you're going to get a whole lot of things back to start that rebuild in Milwaukee, man. But, you know, this season, I don't really think there's much to talk about from the Bucks. So that's just my opinion on all of these teams. I really feel like out of these teams, my favorite, I just feel like out of all of these teams, my favorites in the playoffs this year are definitely going to be the Knicks, the Heat, and, you know, just crazy wild card, the Hawks, if they can, you know, get 100% healthy, Trae Young comes back and he can perform. Obviously, I like the Pistons at number 1. And if they remain at number 1, they're definitely at least going to make it to the second round of those playoffs. But, you know, I just don't know with the Pistons, man. I really like what they have going on over there as far as their identity, man. They have the identity, the defensive identity. They got the grit. They play hard. They have their star-studded point guard. They got the big guys down there with Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren. They got tough, gritty wings. I really like what they're doing over there, man. But I just don't know how deep they can go. So you guys let me know some opinions and let me know what you think, man, about the Eastern Conference and who do you believe is the best team. Like I said, I appreciate everyone who stops by and watches this video, as this is my first video, and we're going to do nothing but get better as time goes on, man. So it's your boy 100 Points. God bless you all. I'm out. Peace.